Good morning, India. Welcome to News This Week. I am Shalini Kumar, bringing to you the latest updates on alcoholic beverages and hospitality. India is surely a country of multiple contradictions. The alcobev sector, which is already under tremendous pressure from varied and complex excise policies, has now to deal with the new policy change with every new moon. Hitting a blow to the alcobev industry, Chhattisgarh government is seriously going ahead with the idea of going ahead with curbs on liquor business in the state. The state, which had constituted a committee to study the aspects of liquor ban in Chhattisgarh, held the second meeting recently. The legislators attending the meeting observed that since the sudden ban may disturb social fabric and increase smuggling, the state is looking for an alternative for habitual alcoholics. The government is thinking to reduce the number of liquor shops and the operation timing. It will also take care that the prohibition of alcohol does not adversely affect the culture of the tribals. In order to implement complete prohibition in the state government will study states like Bihar, Gujarat, Mizoram, Lakshadweep and Nagaland, which have banned earlier. The committee will study the impact of liquor ban on a state's financial structure, on the economy, on social sphere, challenges in implementing prohibition and situations impacting the law and order of the state. I wonder whether such a change of policies by a state government does really speak well for the sector, and will it affect new investments in the sector. It's a relief that all political bosses do not think like the Chhattisgarh ruling party. The Rajasthan government has clarified in the state assembly that it has no plan to ban the sale of liquor in the state. In a written reply to a question in the assembly asked by the BJP MLA Madan Dilawar, the state government has stated that the alcohol restraint policy is in force in the state, under which the department takes action on illegal liquor activities. The objective of keeping control over liquor products is to provide good quality liquor and earn revenue. The proposal to ban liquor is not in consideration at all. Owing to the religious sentiments, the UP government is moving ahead with the ban of sale and consumption of liquor and meat in Mathura, which is a holy city for Hindus and believed to be the birthplace of Lord Krishna. During addressing a Krishnotsav 2021 program, the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, has directed the officers to make plans for the ban as well as for the engagement of people involved in such activities in some other trade. In another move, the Uttar Pradesh Excise Department will soon be installing point of sale machines in liquor shops in order to check the sale of spurious liquor in the state. The Excise Department has pinned down beer shops as a pilot project in the first phase. The POS system would be installed in about 7,500 beer shops across the state in the next 2 months. Once installed, each bottle of beer being sold from the liquor shops would be scanned through the POS machine installed at the shop. Liquor bottles would soon come under the POS system. As soon as the QR code is scanned by the machine, all the details about the bottle concerned would be transferred to the server of the Excise Department. The change in the land use policy for the hospitality sector will surely give a boost to economic activities. Haryana government has amended the existing policy for the grant of change of land use permissions for developing restaurants, hotels, resorts, amusement and theme parks in the agriculture zones of the state. Under the amended policy, floor area ratio has been increased for restaurants, banquets, hotels, amusement parks and resorts. Here I am bringing good news for liquor lovers of West Bengal, especially as Durga Puja festivities are soon to begin. The price of Indian-made foreign liquor in West Bengal is likely to be slashed by 20% from the third week of September. The price of beer may change marginally too in the state. The Excise Department of West Bengal had a series of meetings with leading liquor and beer companies in the last 2 months, following representations from various bodies related to the liquor trade. The consumption of IMFL in the state has been on the decline since the hike in price in April 2020. The price of IMFL has increased by almost 40% to 50% under the COVID-19 induced circumstances in the state. The Excise Department of West Bengal has already unofficially conveyed the information of change in duty structure on ex-distillery price for IMFL and ex-brewery price for beer from the third week of September. For the first time in the country, Andhra Pradesh government has approved a new size of liquor bottles and cans. The general body meeting of the AP State Beverages Corporation has approved the sale of 90 ml liquor bottles and canned beer in government liquor shops located in the border areas of the state. Corporation sees this new arrangement as a tool to curb the flow of liquor from neighboring states. The meeting, held under the chairmanship of Special Chief Secretary, Commercial Taxes, Excise, Registration and Stamps, also gave its nod for modernization of chemical laboratories under the Excise Department of Andhra Pradesh. Besides sanctioning 5 lakh rupees each for the chemical labs, the board gave 10 days time for completing modernization work. Lipstick marks on liquor bottles has been a point of contention between two companies. The Trademark Trial and Appeal Board allowed Jim Beam Brands Company to withdraw its petition, arguing a competing vodka maker's registration on a lipstick trademark should be cancelled. Jim Beam sought to drop the challenge after the US Court of Appeals for the 9th Circuit held that its Pucker vodka labels don't infringe JL Beverages Company's Johnny Love vodka trademark. Both Johnny Love and Pucker used a pair of lips on their labels. Jim Beam may withdraw its petition without prejudice, meaning it may refile at a later date, the board held in a presidential order. JL Beverage instigated legal proceedings against Jim Beam Brands in 2011, shortly after the launch of Pucker vodka. The company said Pucker vodka's use of lipstick imprint on its bottle would confuse consumers with regards to its own Johnny Love vodka, allowing Jim Beam to capitalize on the brand's recognizable image. Sometimes trade bodies have to take some proactive steps to protect the interest of the stakeholders. In one such move, International Spirits and Wines Association of India has submitted a request to the Andhra Pradesh government to permit Indian-made foreign liquor brands to be sold in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh government recently brought changes in its stand from complete phase-wise prohibition for regulated restriction of alcoholic beverages in a phased manner. SY's stand has been that the state government should not discriminate between the new local brands and the historically popular national brands, most of which are also produced locally within the state. According to the Secretary General SY, Suresh Menon, this curtailment of consumer preferences will only promote illegal movement of products and encourage spurious and counterfeit liquor that will ultimately harm the consumers, besides impacting state revenues. SY's CEO Neeta Kapoor pointed out that permission to sell IMFL in the state will contribute to strengthen the state coffers and boost tourism also. Responsible alcohol consumption campaigns to promote tourism in the state of Andhra Pradesh. Moving on to a couple of news of acquisition, amalgamation and expansion. The amalgamation of Pioneer Distilleries Limited with United Spirits Limited is in process as a meeting of its equity shareholders is convened on 30th September to consider and approve the scheme of amalgamation amongst the company and United Spirits Limited and their respective shareholders. The company is in the process of issuing notices to the equity shareholders. In another development, the owners of Bira 91 Beers, B9 Beverages Private Limited are set to come up with their fifth local brewery before the end of 2021, before a planned initial public offering. The proposed brewery will be located in Madhya Pradesh, which will be the second brewery of B9 Beverages in the state. B9 has tapped investors for about $50 million till now this year. The beer brand is backed by Sequoia Capital and Japanese beverage firm Kirin Holdings Company. The company is preparing for its last and largest round of private fundraising, which is set to conclude in 2021. The drum beats are rolling out and reverberating all over. Bacardi created India's first full 3D experience featuring 13 Indian and international artists, virtually entertaining fans from 25 countries. Ode to the brand's Caribbean roots, the festival leaped into the future with India's first fully immersive 3D experience, giving artists and consumers a unique avenue to do what moves them. Launched in 2019, Casa Bacardi has only grown bigger with every edition, starting from an on-ground experience and then moving to the virtual realm. This year, they have taken it a notch higher with a virtually immersive 3D island, witnessing a variety of sets performed by Divine and the Gully Gang, Tesher, MC Altaf, Sumioki, Kid Mange, Gauri Hu and Natasha Diggs. It is good news for Nasik wine producers. The Ministry of Commerce has developed a strategy to expand and hone special products that each district produces across the country. Surprises have come up in the list of 106 products under one district, one product plan, as wine from Nasik listed amongst few unexpected entries of products in the said list. The one district, one product plan doesn't do away with traditionally popular products, but in fact manages to include new ones. The central government is keen to expand on the exports basket. Product diversification seems to be at the core of achieving the $400 billion export target set by the Commerce Ministry. Let's see which is the newest brand launches recently. This is surely a good news for single malt connoisseurs that the Macallan has recently unveiled a Tales of the Macallan Volume 1 whiskey. The first in a series of limited edition single malt whiskies from the distiller, Tales of the Macallan Volume 1 pays tribute to Captain John Grant, who built the manor house on the 485-acre Easter Elchies estate in 1700. Which has been the distillery's spiritual home since its foundation in 1824. Tales of the Macallan Volume 1 is made from spirits distilled in 1950, bottled in 2021 in 350 handcrafted Lally crystal decanters, retailing for 60,000 pounds each. This was your news capsule for the week. For detailed news, please visit www.spirits.in. Keep watching News This Week every Friday at the same time. Till then, goodbye, stay safe.